It's a Terran.
It's a Terran.
Uh-oh.
So it's either Maru or Cure. I think in this moment in time, like I said before, it's got to be Maru and SOS here
Actually,
at the
I
end.
think it's going to be Cure. Actually, I think it's going to be Cure. I don't think that's a Maru and a TBT, no. I think it's going to be Cure.
Okay.
That's my prediction of the player.
I'm gonna say it's Maru.
All right, well let's wait and see. I think Cure is actually their choice too, personally, in this matchup. Or is disappointed a lot in TBT.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, it's Maru.
Oh.
The thing about Maru is he's a better choice for after the TBT.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of. Like, they got to use him now so he can play in those other matchups if he gets to it. Like, they can't use Cure for like the all kill or anything like that. Maru's got a much better chance of that and doing some real damage to the team, and SOS is there at the end to clean up.
I think it's fairly safe, too, because it seems like, based off of his play in those last 2 games, Bunny is prepared specifically for the matchup versus Zerg. And so Maru's probably thinking, well, my TBT isn't stellar, it's not perfect, but, he's not prepared for TBT. Hard to say if Maru was probably prepared for TBT either, though, going into this one. Maybe he was prepared to play against Byung.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I can definitely see that. I mean, they have a couple of strong Terrans in CJ, so they needed someone.
Well, it's all up to Maru right now. See if he can tie things up here going into our very 4th game.
Down here in the bottom left in the red for CJ Entus. He's back off of 2 kills. It's Bunny.
Up to the top right, cross spawns. A Terran versus Terran. It's Maru, the Marine Prince. And Terran versus Terran on this map, guys. We don't see TBTs too often. We get to see it on a big map. Could be a big, long, fun game with battle cruisers, Vikings, and all manner of Ravens.
Oh, I hope so. And not only is it a big map, but it's cross map. So it's going to be even bigger than we originally thought.
This has got a very Ultrazeme feel to it.
Yeah, but thankfully it's not like Ultrazeme.
Thankfully it's not Ultrazeme.
Thank goodness for
it's,
that.
It's
Thank
like
God
that, but
Ultrazeme was never in our map pool.
Yeah, let's just say Ultrazeme should be forgotten, guys.
Yeah,
Ultrazeme was like
go
actually
down in
on
history, kind of like Scraptation and
well, it's like more on like
war.
the level of like Calm Before the Storm and Atlantis Space Bear, man. That was how bad it was.
Oh. Thinking back like Kulos Ravine sort of style, like those kind of maps.
Yeah, Kulos.
You want to forget that kind of map.
Yeah, I think that's a better comparison.
Kulos was really interesting because we got to see like exactly what mechanics that are in StarCraft 2 just really do and do not work.
Yeah.
In balanced multiplayer play.
Yeah, it showed exactly what shouldn't be in a map and what should be in a map.
Yeah, Lost Temple. Anyways, we have actually a fast gas for Bunny, I believe it was. I'll have to wait until that sign goes away. Yeah, Bunny takes a gas first. Oh, no, Maru takes a gas first, excuse me.
Yeah. So you're going gas first. Going to be very aggressive here. Get very fast Hellions out. Might see but I mean, it is cross map, so it's going to be a little bit harder, a little bit slower than originally planned. Just going to, might come into effect.
But also a lot harder to scout.
Yeah, sure.
And intercept, If he goes Banshee, for example, it's probably not going to be seen until it's at the base. So we'll see how defensive Bunny plays at home, how safe he is, how many risks he takes, how many corners he cuts. Get out of here, Lyote.
Well,
oh, these SCVs going both the wrong spot. Take some game theory here to try to figure out where they are.
Well, I think at this point they surely know it's like, well, you must have come from bottom left and you came from top right.
That was a weird turnaround there by Bunny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's actually going to matter because they're always going to go in a circle. Like, they're not going to go down that way and then go cross map and then down. Like,
I think it's actually because if it was Reaper Expand, the Reaper would have seen him, or if it was a regular build, like the Marine would have been out and would have shot him. And I think that's what he's basing this off of. He's like, well, there's no Marine here. What, even with a gas first, you could see like the Marine is out in time. There's even a second Marine out here now. So he just knows, okay, there would have been a Marine there. There's no way Maru's just going to be up on the top of this ramp. So I think that's why he turned around.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Smart move here by Maru. Actually circumvents.
Oh.
And he's actually going to get up there. The wall will be raised, but sees no add-on on the barracks.
Did he? I guess he would have seen. It's safe to assume that he saw there's going to be a factory there.
Yeah, only 4 Marines. It's
Yeah.
pretty likely, unless he's got like 4 barracks in the maze, could do like a weird TLO
That'd be
2010 style like SCV pull.
I used to do that.
Yeah, I used to do that too, man, in the beta.
Yeah,
Remember when Marines used to build faster?
Oh.
They built like 5 seconds faster than they do now.
You make like rack
You could
power
build-
supply.
You could build a reactor in like 10 seconds. You build a reactor as fast as you can build tech up, so I always mine 100 gas, make 2 reactors and pull out a gas and go 4 barracks on Lost Temple Man or on Close Spawns
yeah.
Metalopolis. Those were the days, man. I don't care if you have 2 cannons on top of your ramp. You're not going to hold my build, man.
The good old days when roaches were 1 supply. I miss that the most, I think.
That was terrifying. And they all had burrow movement.
Oh,
It didn't matter how many immortals I had or how many Colossi I had. So I was like, well, maybe Storm's the answer? I'm like, no.
there's no answer. I'm sorry.
Siege tanks? No.
And we're
So-
seeing Bunny kind of go for a blind Raven here. It's going to be the perfect choice against his Banshee tech from Maru.
Yep. Now, what Maru's also doing is he's forgone a command center. He's actually making siege tanks, which I find this to be an odd choice because we see this follow-up push work really, really well on maps like Overgrowth, maps like Habitation Station, but not really so well on 4-player maps that have cross spawns, not really good on Merry-Go-Round because it takes so long to do the follow-up push with siege tanks. So I'm really surprised that Maru, after scouting his opponent being cross spawns, decides to continue with the siege tank and rather than making a command center. It could be like the last thing that Bunny expects, but I'm not sure if that's really going to work out for him.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it turns out. The 1-1-1 style, I do like the 1-1-1, especially when it was popular against Protoss.
I hated that, but
It was so fun to watch. I was a big fan.
It gave me nightmares, man.
Oh man,
So bad at holding that off.
yeah.
Anyway, the Banshee is scouted by that Marine. Nice scout there. Kind of just meeting up right in the middle of the map. So Bunny knows exactly what's coming his way. He may not know exactly about the cloak just yet, but he's going to have that Raven anyway, plus Viking. So he's going to be totally fine against this.
So notice that Maru scans himself to see if there's a Raven or not, sees there is one, decides not to use his Banshee for any sort of harassment, sends a second Banshee down, now he's going to hide that. And these Banshees are actually a big part of his push. He's going to have to use those to do damage here. He's going to have to use them to target down the siege tank. He's basically going to have to sacrifice them and then try to force his way up here. And his CC is so late on its own. And Bunny right now is just playing super safe. He's like, no, I'm just going to stay at the top of my ramp. I know your game. I know you made Banshees. You're probably going to do a follow-up push.
Look at this, another scout. The Marine sees the entire push coming his way, -1 siege tank. So he knows the push is coming his way, and he's going to continue being super safe.
Yep. Putting down a bunker and setting up. So he's in a good position. Ooh, going for a drop though. This could be a bad idea.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Maru turned around.
Okay. Well, this is kind of funny how this turned out. There are, I think, 4 Banshees on the map now. There's at least 3. And he started a Raven now, so it could just be 3. But no turret here, and I don't know where that Viking went, but it's not the right place, that's for sure. Another Banshee in the main base, I believe. Yep, coming in here. And, oh no, the turret will finish, but still several kills on this Banshee already.
Wow, so much damage being done. Really, really well played.
Finally gets that missile turret up at the natural as well. But look at this, 16 kills with 2 Banshees. He's down to 20 workers right now.
Yeah, this drop from Bunny's going to have to do some real critical damage here. Otherwise, he's going to be so behind.
Well, where are the units of Maru? Not in the mineral line where they'd like to be. Looks like they're at the natural, and they're all sieged up. Not expecting a counter drop like this.
I don't know if this is a good choice. Attacking with SCVs like this.
Well, he's going to lose a lot of them, but he cleans it all up, and that means that Bunny's got like a whole lot of nothing when it comes to army now. 8 SCVs left after that attack.
So it's actually even at this point.
What a funny game so far. Both players kind of, being out of position, not ready for the pushes of their respective opponents, and now both players really, really low on workers as well as army, although Maru definitely has the advantage there in army.
Well, the thing is, that advantage, I feel, is less significant than the worker advantage because of the cross spawns again. It takes him so long to come across here, it's hard for him to punish. By the time he gets there, Bunny might have enough units to defend. He might have those siege tanks out. He's actually playing super greedy right now. It starts his 3rd CC and more SCVs. He's not making any tanks right now.
I don't think he even saw that. He only saw the Raven, and he's not really ready. He's got a Viking out here to stop these air units, but nothing on the ground. He's making 2 gases as well.
Yeah, he's got how many? You think he's only got 1 tank, right? Okay, no, he's got 2.
He's got
versus
2,
the
but
3.
he's got 4 Marines as well.
He's got a bunker. I don't know if this attack will work. He needs to target those siege tanks with the Banshee right away. He hesitates. It's not getting anything done here. Maru's attack looks a little bit sloppy. A secret missile queued up as well. And those Marines in the bunker should just be repaired. And they are, but it looks like Maru is going to be forced back. I think this is a very sloppy attack by Maru. Needed to be targeting that Banshee. And this is a terrible position for him now. He loses everything.
Yep.
His opponent's going to be on 3 CCs. Already has the better worker count.
Well,
yeah, that was just a horrible engagement. Everything went wrong, losing those tanks before they could siege up. Or I mean, he really wanted to get rid of the Bunny's tanks, which made sense, but he couldn't pull back in time to siege up and kind of deal with the bunker.
He's like moving across the map again. This is definitely destined to fail if he commits with this one.
Bunny's making his own hidden CC as Maru does have his 3rd CC. So Bunny's going to have 4 eventually if that doesn't get scouted.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the one way that Maru's going to get back into this is how greedy Bunny is playing right now. Like, he's obviously foregoing a lot of defense just to make these CCs. And there is literally 1 tank and an empty bunker.
Where are those 4 Marines? Not in position. He isn't making any tanks.
He's actually in a horrible position. If
Maru realized it, if he only knew, he would actually just kill him right now.
Wow. So strange.
2 of those Marines are doing a drop. This game so far has definitely been sloppy.
And Maru is like over here on the main base, just realizing you have no units.
He's like, wait.
Why doesn't he just send the Banshee and kill the tank and win the game?
Well, he scans and he sees absolutely nothing. He's like, all
okay.
right, well, GG.
What?
That was the weirdest game I think I've ever cast in Pro League.
That actually doesn't make sense. Bunny was so greedy, and I feel like if he only made army units, he would have been okay. He would have defended this. Like, it's not like he was critically behind in workers or anything. Like, he did so much damage to Maru with that 1 drop that Maru did with all his Banshee harassment.
You know what I said at the very beginning is like, it's cross spawns. It takes a long time to go across the map. That fact, and I said then Maru's going to do this siege tank push. I said I don't think it's going to be very effective, but it'll be the last thing. It'll be the last thing that Bunny expects. And then when he did it again, I was like, I can't believe this is happening. This is destined to fail. And I think Bunny must have had the same thought process of like, this will never work. He's never actually going to get this across the map and kill me with it. He'll never think that's a good idea. He's too smart for that. So he played super greedy. The 4th command center was like ridiculous level greed, like completely unnecessary. And he had no units and just got smacked down.
Yeah, that was so greedy. That was pointless greed. I think he just really overestimated how far behind he was. It's like, I must be losing this game unless I do something crazy, but it wasn't the case at all. He was even in supply, and he could have defended for sure if he wanted to.
Well, I think I want to see Hero actually.
You want to see Hero deal with Maru?
Yeah, Merry-Go-Round is a good map for Protoss versus Terran, I think. And I would send out a Zerg. Maru's definitely going to proxy them.
Yeah. Well, thinking of like, what Zergs could they actually play at this point?